Today we're going to talk about the technology arms race. And we are in a technology arms race. I want you all to take a look around at the person next to you. Is that person a friend in this race, or is that person a foe? Our industry is on the cusp of a great metamorphosis. They all got it. Technology has changed how we do business, how we acquire business, and how our consumer gets information. In 5 years, the life of the real estate agent will not be the same. RISO data standards is one of the first steps in us creating a win for this race. But what if MLS data alone is not the way that we're going to win this race? Anyway, RISO data standards is one of the first ways in us creating this win. But what if MLS data alone is not the way that we're going to win this race? As critical as the MLS data is to our industry, if we spend all of our time focused on just the MLS data, we're going to overlook opportunities that create great wins for real estate agents' livelihood and for the livelihood of brokers. One of the first steps in us achieving these wins is to look at the brain, which is the first line of defense in this war. There's a system called the reticular activator, which regulates us from taking in too much stimuli. If we have a set goal in mind, our brains will look for all of the information that can help us with this goal. Its decisions on what information that we take in, these are based on survival instincts. It focuses on what we value and what we perceive as a threat. And yet its system, it has limitations. For years, our industry leaders have spent precious time and resources preserving the MLS. Rules have been created about who can have MLS data, when they can have it, and how much of it they can have. Our leaders should be applauded for fiercely protecting the livelihood of our industry. They've really done an amazing job thus far. And at the same time, we've been so focused on MLS data alone and the implications of it getting into the wrong hands that the livelihood of real estate agents and brokers has been attacked while we weren't looking. So if you're like me, you love the everyday experience of getting on the internet and doing some shopping. I love the fact that I could get on there and easily have incredible choices on systems like Amazon. They have such great pricing, and they have amazing delivery systems for the products that we're purchasing. And as a consumer, I love this feature. Now, what I'm missing, though, is I'm missing the tactile experience of actually shopping. So, for example, you all remember the bookstore. I really miss having those regular bookstores so that I can shop and have that tactile experience. And then I saw this the other day. In my local shopping mall, there was an Amazon bookstore selling actual books. And the books that they have in these stores, from what I've read, were based on statistical information and data that they've received from all of their online shopping experiences in that area. And so it's very hyper-focused for that local market. So it started me thinking, was this Amazon's plan all along to take out the bookstores through online shopping and then to bring them back later after all of the other bookstores had been wiped out? What do you think? So who is our enemy in this war anyway? Kind of skipped over something. So I want to bring this to real estate for a moment. So my point in this is that in the real estate industry, one of my biggest fears is that we're going to see a process whereby the online portals, the online technology companies are creating a situation where we are going to be losing customers to these online portals. In other words, the customers think so strongly that they can now buy things online, such as real estate, that we'll end up losing the real estate company and the brick and mortar real estate businesses. And then once the brick and mortar businesses are a thing of the past, there will be a realization that the real estate agent is and always was needed by the consumer. And so what I am concerned about is that we're going to see these businesses, brick and mortar, go away, and that the online businesses are eventually going to bring them back as an evil plan, that once these things were defunct, that it's too late for us who were left for dead before. And I hear a little chuckling in the audience, but I do really have this fear because it's happening with a lot of different things. So who is our enemy in this race anyway? So I wonder, is it the tech-savvy online brokers? Is it industry technology partners? Or is it Godzilla? Or have we met the enemy, and the enemy is us? I'd like to offer a different perspective, one in which the work done by these online portals and real estate companies with superior technologies should actually inspire us. I believe that we've had great success so far as an industry, and we need to use this to fuel ourselves into the future and to motivate us to bring greater and unique value to our clients. I'd like to thank the technology leaders such as Zillow and Redfin for leading us out of the dark ages of technology. And then I'd like us to find new and innovative ways to kick their ass. So let's start by calling a spade a spade. What we're really fighting over is client acquisition and client retention, not the MLS data. Regardless of how brokers limit MLS data, everybody now has it, and unfortunately that ship has sailed. We need to be talking about new and different ways to offer great services to realtors in our offices and to help those realtors get new business. And we need to figure out how to retain those realtors and how to help those realtors retain their clients. When I began my career 23 years ago as a real estate agent, client acquisition was so much different. I would easily meet clients by taking sign calls or hosting an open house. And I had a base of clients that I would stay in touch with, get referrals and repeat business from. And we'd advertise in these old things called print publications, the newspapers and the magazines, or using direct mail. And the leads that we would get would come either to the office or to the real estate agent. So client acquisition is really what we're after. Now today, leads and repeat businesses are diluted in a sea of internet portals and hundreds of online channels to access the MLS. In today's business climate, leads prefer the anonymity of email or text messages to a phone call. And because they can access information and listings online, it would now be rare that an agent in my Silicon Valley area would ever even get a sign call. And despite the agent's diligence in keeping up with clients, repeat business has been reduced because access to online data and advertising from a myriad of companies with deep pockets dilutes the mind share that each agent once had as an individual. Our industry tells agents it's because we do not stay in touch that they do not get repeat business. While that may be true, staying in touch and being heard has become increasingly difficult in recent years. It seems as though every real estate-related business with an online presence is offering all kinds of information to the consumer, from different ways to view MLS data to online valuations and statistics. These free offerings, to me, have become a very slippery slope. What began as a quest to capture the consumer's mind share through value-added information has resulted in the consumer viewing realtors' services as far less valuable because the consumers think that they have all the information they need. What the consumers don't realize is that the information they get online is not as valuable as the knowledge and the wisdom of a great realtor. What the realtors have is knowledge, and what the consumers have is data and the illusion of knowledge. So why do we all insist on giving away so much information online that the consumers believe they can buy or sell a home practically without the guidance of a real estate professional? For the realtor to remain viable, we need to carefully consider what free information and services benefit us in client acquisition and how we can bring new and innovative services and perspective to those that become our clients. As professionals, we need to make clear business decisions about what unique offer we can offer to buyers and sellers and give them reasons beyond the MLS data to contact a real estate professional. We need to decide what information we publicly offer online and how we can clearly differentiate ourselves online. Every day, it gets harder and harder for the individual agent to get his message across with his own resources. This is why real estate teams are now dominating markets and why brokers need help to get to consumers in different ways on behalf of the realtor. We're entering a new age in what I call the knowledge worker. In this future, agents and brokers have come beyond the MLS data, and they've found proprietary ways to augment and blend data from multiple sources. At RocketSureBiz, we call this concept knowledge grafting. It's not unlike the grafting of a fruit tree, which involves the merging of different types of fruits together so that they all grow and become one tree. Knowledge grafting will allow the merging of multiple data sets, and in doing so, we'll find new meaning and knowledge that the agents can share with their clients to help make better decisions and to help retain them as clients throughout their lifetime. Brokers will then be able to empower their agents with greater knowledge and wisdom more quickly and the ability to exponentially express their value as agents to the consumer. To accomplish this, we must begin by considering the idea that the answers to our industry's biggest challenges will be found by opening the doors to innovation. This may require us to think differently about our businesses, about our consumer needs, and about how we design technology. Today, there is little true innovating of technology, but instead, brokers and associations are integrating their technologies with other technologies. This is a terrific short-term solution, but it will not scale as we launch into a future of continual change and innovation. We must build or adapt technology that supports the future of real estate and not just the current technology needs. And we must build partnerships with those that can help us build strategically as we get there. I'd like to now share a story about an unlikely partnership. I hope it will inspire you to consider that value can be brought to your life and your business in the most unexpected ways. This is a boy meets girl story, but of a different kind. The truth be told, it is my story, and it's the story of my partner, Tavi. It would have been hard for me to imagine a chance meeting online would change both of our lives and our businesses forever. I'd been in the real estate industry for 20 years when we met, and I'd weathered many shifts in the economy, the changes in the way marketing was done, and the way technology was used. Despite the amount of wisdom and knowledge that I had amassed by having to continually upgrade my knowledge and educate myself in so many ways, it seems that much of the public still shows little understanding for the value that agents bring to their clients. And when I first met my CTO, Tavi, I have to say he felt very similarly about the real estate profession. And to be honest, I had no idea what it meant to be a software architect. I thrive on helping people through personal situations that are challenging, multitasking, getting things done, and making that next sale. And Tavi loves a really hard technical challenge. He's great at solving big, huge problems and can focus on things for what it seems like an eternity to me. Despite our differences, we found that our values in business and in life seemed to resonate, and these similarities allowed us to toss out any stereotypes about the other person's professional strengths, and we built a bridge that led to creating the innovative technologies for RocketSureBiz. You know, if there's one thing that you guys take away from my presentation today, is that partnership in technology and allowing those partnerships to lead to greater innovation is one of the most important things that we can do. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce my business partner and my CTO, Tavi Truman, who will show the brokers how we can help move the agents forward in this age of technology and to bring great innovation into their businesses so we can compete against all the big giants that are already out there in technology today. Tavi?